Hi guys, this is Alee again. Um, still talking about the project that we're working on, and for the second activity, we had to choose anything that we wanted to do, and I ended up going to one of the Black Caucus meetings in my hall in Hubbard, and I was really nervous about going. Um, well, how it came about was that I was having dinner with my friend Ryan, who is black, and one of I think he's actually the president of the Black Caucus group, came up to Ryan and asked her if she would be at the next meeting on Wednesday. And knowing that we had to do an activity of our choice for this project, I ended up asking him if I could go. And the look on his face was kind of interesting. He said, "Well, yeah, I mean, we don't have many white people that come, but of course, everyone's welcome." And so I ended up going, and I walked in and did receive a few kind of confused looks, but there were other Caucasian people in there, which, um, was kind of a relief, but kind of a surprise too. I was expecting to be the only white person in there. Um, and so what the whole meeting, it wasn't actually really um, that much of a meeting. The special kind of event of this particular session was a movie screening. And the name of the movie is called Fruitvale Station, and we watched that. Um, Honestly, one of the best movies I think I've ever seen. I ended up crying. Um, but I'll give you some background information on it. It's a true story. It's a biography about a 22-year-old black person named Oscar Grant, and the whole story mainly is, he loses his job because he's always late. He's selling drugs. He's not faithful to his girlfriend and mother of his child. His daughter is 4 years old, and he is basically the light of his life. And it's clear in the movie that, he just worships his daughter. And so, throughout the movie, though, he really tries to make amends with the, people that he's hurt, and, his boss, and just trying to make things better ultimately is what the whole movie is about. He realizes his life probably is not going the way he wants it to go. And his mom's, his mom's birthday falls on New Year's Eve, December 31st, and so him and his girlfriend and his daughter end up going to his mom's house to celebrate with the whole family, and he promises to his mom that he's going to make things better. He was in jail for drug charges, and he vows to his mom that things will get better and that he wants her to have faith in him. And he also expresses that him and his girlfriend have plans for New Year's Eve, that they're gonna go into this city and party. And his mom is actually the one that suggests, to take the train because she doesn't want him drinking and driving. I think he had some problems with that in the past. So his mom is the one that wants him to ride the train. And long story short, they do take the train, him and his girlfriend and his friends, and they're obviously drinking, but having a really nice time. And he does realize, like, things are going to change this upcoming year, and he's making all these really awesome resolutions. And on the ride home, from going out, they're back on the train, and he's feeling good. He's, in a really good place, and he runs into, it's not clear who this guy is that he runs into, but obviously someone that he's had problems with, maybe another drug dealer or something, and they end up getting into a fight, and the train stops, and they get off the train, and police officers, the BART officers, are waiting for them, and pull only Oscar and his friends out, not the other guys that were instigating the fight. They are white. So only Oscar and his friends, who are all African American, get pulled out. And basically the whole moral of the story is that Oscar gets shot by one of the BART officers in the back through the chest, and for no reason. That's the whole thing. Oscar was, complying with the officers and, doing what they asked him, and so the officer, when it goes to trial and everything, the officer says that he mistook his taser gun for the gun and shot Oscar. And the officer that shot Oscar ended up only getting 2 years in prison and ended up only serving 11 months, so less than a year. Oscar died, and for no reason, and left his daughter, his girlfriend, his mom. He was 22 years old, and mainly the reason why he got shot is because the officer, who was white, was freaking out, was whatever, and shot him. And so after the movie, there was an opportunity for everyone to, just share what they thought, and, talk about how incredibly horrible the situation is, that it was a true story, how things like that actually happened. And it was really emotional, and pretty much everyone was crying. And the main thing that we talked about was racial discrimination. Fortunately, I have never really had to experience racial discrimination, for my skin color or anything. So I didn't really talk that much. But it was really interesting and sad. Some of the black students sharing their everyday struggles with racial discrimination. And it really made me kind of think. It was just pretty sad, and made me realize that everywhere and anywhere this is still happening. And it was also really refreshing, though, to learn about how some of the students are acting on this and dealing with this whole racial discrimination concept, and how they're not letting it affect them, and that they're doing something about it. So I was really glad I went to this Black Caucus meeting, though, because honestly, I never would have gone. I never would have thought that I was allowed to go. I was very happy that I went and that I could see, you know, African American students and other students. There was some Latino students there just talking and how they're dealing with this and how they're acting upon it. And yes, it was very sad to realize that this is not going away, and it probably won't go away for a while, but that people are doing things about it. And the story of Oscar Grant is just a reminder that it does happen, and it's so, so, so wrong. There's no reason Oscar Grant should have died, or anyone should die because of racial discrimination. So, all in all, I was very happy I went, and that I could hear students talk about it. So, that's it. Bye.